My Garage Rules is proudly supported by Sprint Auto Parts, proudly South Australian owned and operated since 1984. And you pull it, you save, you betcha.
I get this strange sensation coming over me when I come to pick you up from your job at KFC. There's nothing but roadworks and damn red lights, and if I don't get a green one, road rage, baby, trying to get to you. Road rage, honey, the thing the man will do.
Well, hi everybody, welcome to tonight's episode. This is the season finale, and boy, I've got a very lovely guest with me tonight. And how are you, Rosemary?
Good, thank you.
I get all the good ones. I get all the young, lovely ladies to interview. And so, how are you tonight? How's everything going?
Oh, great.
Look, I've got to tell you, this thing behind me is gorgeous. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, apparently it came from California. A lady had it. Didn't do too many miles in it. Eventually she gave it to a friend who lived in Arizona, who did less miles, sat in her garage for about 20 years, and then it came to Australia, and it's been in Australia for about 10 years. We've owned it for a few of those years, so it's gone to another lady owner.
Now, we have to mention that this is a very, very rare car. So this is the 1959 Cadillac. It's a 390 with triple carburetors, is that right?
Yeah.
And it's the Eldorado version, Seville, Eldorado Seville. So very rare, so the extra trim on it is gorgeous. I mean, and just saying too, from Arizona, so it was a very dry spot. So if it did sit around for a while, at least it was not, it was all undercover and stuff, was it, in the garage?
Yes, it was.
Oh, beautiful.
Apparently it's very much original condition, and it's been well kept. So yeah, it's been.
What's
great.
it like to drive? That's the most
Beautiful.
important thing.
It's got an air ride suspension on it, factory, and driving it is like sitting in the back of a limousine.
Power steering,
Beautiful.
air
Everything.
conditioning.
Everything.
Oh, everything you want.
Yep.
And a big enough boot to put bodies in.
Apparently.
So how long have you had the car for?
About 3 years.
3 years,
Yeah.
and you absolutely love it.
I love it.
And look, we've got to just talk about, we're probably looking at the motor right now.
Yeah.
You could just about eat your dinner under there. It is unbelievable.
I haven't tried it yet.
No, but don't do it. You might get some sort of poisoning. But it's so clean.
It is.
Really nice.
Yeah.
You've got to tell us about the plates though. So Elvis 59, are you an Elvis fan?
Definitely.
Yes?
I called it
Thank you very
Elvis
much.
because it's a car fit for a king. And the 59 is because it's a 59 Caddy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Geez, you'd be telling me next you've got Presley plates or something
I
at
have.
home. Oh, have you?
Yes.
Oh, there you go, you have.
I was thinking of putting them on for tonight.
Oh,
but
you
I thought,
should have. Oh, look, the paint is fantastic as well. So this is basically how you got it? Is this,
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the interior, the paint and everything?
Everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, it feels like it's a new car, not an old car.
Now, have you always liked Cadillacs?
Always. I like winged cars. Yeah.
Winged cars, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got to sort of mention because you know, they were right into their rockets, and
Yeah.
you know, the Sputnik was around, and all this, so the rockets sort of look with the
Yeah.
fins at the back there, and yeah, it's such a big car. And what's it like to park in the garage?
I drive it in.
Yeah, no problem at all.
No.
So it's not true what they say about lady drivers? Oh, I'm going to get in
No.
trouble now, aren't I?
No. Have you ever driven past some old man drivers?
Oh no, well I'm one myself. But I'm looking at the power steering pump as well. It's got 2 cylinders on it or something, and it's thinned as well, so it looks like a little lawnmower motor, a little Harley Davidson motor there, just with the power steering. So that's pretty cool.
Apparently it's got a triple carby.
And the
which gives
triple,
you
yeah, we
better
mentioned that before.
horsepower.
So that's very, very rare, isn't it?
Yep.
So what's your plans for this car? Are you going to keep it for the rest of your life, or are you going to get something new?
Maybe I'll marry my granddaughter off in it.
Very good idea.
Yeah.
So granddaughter, so that would make you... No,
Young.
we're not going into your age.
17.
Well, so I'm 17, but just add a few more years on top of that. Well, look, we really appreciate you coming in and showing us tonight.
Thank
and
you.
It's good to have, we've had quite a few ladies on the show recently, so it's been really good to have you tonight. So thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
No worries. Well, there you go, guys. So a beautiful 59 Cadillac Eldorado. So we're going to go and have a look at Brian's garage now.
My father was always under the bonnet of a truck or a car to maintain it, to earn money through that. Father and son involvement was going to the Adelaide show. We'd run around and collect pamphlets of the latest cars and trucks that were on the market. As years went on, your pamphlet collection grew. It became a thing of swapping with other people that hadn't seen some of these things. It wasn't a big, like for people from the West Coast, it was a real adventurous thing to drive over for the Adelaide show, particularly when you had 7 kids. The XA I bought, I bought that in somewhere about 1991. That's probably the oldest Australian muscle car that I've got as far as ownership. That was followed by, I believe, the HQ GDS Monaro coupe. Then the passion grew and I bought the XY, and then the last car that I bought was the Cobra, number 61 Cobra. I guess I'd be a bit unusual. Well, out of the 4, I do love the Cobra, the 4-speed. Plenty of power, good braking, 4-wheel disc brake. It's probably the better equipped car out of the lot. For road handling, probably the old XA is a nice car to push around. I guess there'll always be an attachment to that particular model because of the years of ownership and the growing up with the car. Centrepiece of the collection, I guess, would have to be the Cobra, mainly because it's only one of 37 cars. So the collectability would be the highlight there. It's all original paint interior, an unmolested vehicle, which is harder and harder to find. The only reason I settled for a Cobra is obviously I had these grand ideas of going out and finding a Phase 3, and then the market went berserk, and so it burst a bubble on my dream. When I looked around at rarities within the Australian motoring history, the Cobra came up, and I just thought, well, out of those Cobras, I'd like a V8 and the 4-speed manual, and I was lucky enough to come across this one. And as I said, number 61, one of 37 cars. That's probably rarer than a HO.
Coming up right after this break, we're going to go check out a politician's garage. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You just have to wait and see.
At Sprint Auto Parts, you'll find the best price every day. If you find a lower price on an identical item, we'll beat it by 10%.
From the raceway to the highway, nothing outperforms ULX 110 proven custom blend oil. Whether you're after horsepower and torque, reduced engine wear, or increasing your fuel economy, ULX 110 has you covered. Custom blended in Australia and containing proprietary additives not found in commercially available motor oils, ULX 110 delivers what other oils promise. Check us out at ulx110.com.au. We guarantee you'll see the difference.
So you're looking for a part for your car? Well, we've got it. It's a toolbox together and save when you pull it. You pull it north, south and central. We've got you covered for your essentials. You pull the cheapest auto parts in SA. Yes, warranty, best price every day. You pull it. Recycling auto parts is our game. And so that's why you should remember our name. You pull it. You want it, you'll find it. You'll save it, you pull it.
Blue Wire Motorsport, suppliers of hot rod and street machine electrical solutions, headlight kits, wiring harnesses, power window kits, LED billet buttons. Visit our online showroom, bluewiremotorsport.com.
Sprint Auto Parts, celebrating 30 years of being proudly South Australian owned and operated, now with over 30 locations throughout SA.
This is a car that I love. It's just the sort of car that really has the looks of traditional gasser drag car. It looks from the American great history time, or great time of drag racing, probably in the 50s and early 60s. So it's a classic car for drag racing throughout the world, and a lot of people are very passionate about the shape and design of this particular model car. Yeah, we spent 10 years modifying the car. I bought it as a hot rod from Mildura. It was the old Bob's Bakery's van from up there, and it had a long history of drag racing. And it was a very competitive car in its day, plus as a street car. But when I bought it, it was very tired, and it needed to be modernised to make it a better car to drive, a safer car to drive. What I wanted was to have it as safe as possible, with very good braking, good handling, good electrics, good lights, and a comfortable car, or as comfortable as you can make it, with a very small cabin area. Yes, it won an award many years ago at the Extreme Horsepower Show in Adelaide, and it was chosen as one of the best cars in Australia for the year to go to the Maguire's Super X in Sydney, which was a great honour. And we went there in 2006 with the car, and I decided to make it look even better for that event. I decided to modify the car further to look like the old Anglia Revel model that was available years ago. So we actually duplicated the look of that model on the car for the show. And when I took the car to Sydney for the show, we were pushing it in from out of the trailer, and John, that started House of Colour, he was there to judge the show, and he saw it and he said, "This is the best example of flame work on a paint job on a car that I've seen outside of America." And I thought that was a great testimony to the skills of Paul Barker. Going back about 10 years, I was looking at buying a Camaro, 68 to 70 model Camaro, because I liked the shape of them. But each one I looked at, I would look at them and I'd think, well, they're a beautiful shape, they're a good performance vehicle, they'd be a nice driving vehicle, but I looked in the back seat and there was really no leg room to speak of. And I hadn't really seen a Cuda. They were very rare in Adelaide at the time, and the particular one that I've got here I'd seen years before at a show, and everyone used to just stand around and admire it, and I didn't really know what it was, nor did most people that looked at it. Anyway, it propped up again at a Chrysler show in the car park of all things, and the chap that owned it, wonderful person, had owned it for many, many years, and he actually restored this and a Mustang, and he put both vehicles on the market, and whichever vehicle sold, he would have been happy to have kept the other one. Well, his luck had it. The Mustang sold, and the money that he got from that he put into restoring the car again. So he actually restored it twice, and he restored it to perfection. He's a perfectionist, and he just loves his muscle cars, and this is the traditional American muscle car. It's world renowned, the Cuda, as being the muscle car out of America. It's a very powerful car. It's a 340. It certainly performs extremely well. All 340s do, and this one is no exception. This one performs a lot better than most 340s. The motorbike was one that I wasn't intending to buy a motorbike. I went to the last of the Grand Prix auctions that were held in Adelaide when the Grand Prix was on, and I saw this motorbike, which is a 1963 Motobi. They were subsequently bought out by Benelli, so they look like an early Benelli. But this bike was renowned around Australia, or this type of bike, as a competition street come race bike. And they're still raced around the world in historic events. And I saw this bike and it was just so beautiful, and it had all the original stickers from Italy, from the dealership that sold it and everything else. I just had to have it, and it was red, which is always a faster colour. So we bought it and we spent a lot of time restoring it, and a friend of mine, Steve Klotz, who would be one of the best painters in South Australia and a very good friend of mine, kindly painted it for me, and he did it to perfection, and it is just a beautiful bike. It's a work of art, and puts a smile on your face when you see it. Good thing about car enthusiasts is they're very positive about the future, because there is always another project on their horizon, another vehicle that they would like to have in their shed, and another story that they'd like to share with other like-minded people, and that's what shares the passion that is enthusiasm around motoring in general, and particularly hot rodding.
Sprint Auto Parts, celebrating 30 years of being proudly South Australian owned and operated, now with over 30 locations throughout SA.
You want it, you pull it. With over 2,000 cars and more than 1 million parts, you'll find it and you'll get it at the lowest price. You pull it, you pay less at Lonsdale, Gilman and Elizabeth. You better believe it. You pull it and you save. You want a door? You pull it, you save. You want mags? You pull it, you save. You bring your own tools, you pull it, you carry it out, you save, you betcha. You Pull It self-service auto recyclers, open 7 days. You pull it, you save. Now at Gilman. You betcha.
At Sprint Auto Parts, you'll find the best price every day. If you find a lower price on an identical item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Well, welcome back. We're sitting with Sam Tiki Harrison and Trevor Warner. How are you guys? These guys are fantastic artists, and they're based here in Adelaide. And Sam, we'll start off with you, mate. Tell us a little bit about, we'll start off with a little bit of history on pinstriping. So what is pinstriping?
It's just detailing cars, and they used to use it to hide dodgy paintwork, I think. So I've read in a few books and stuff, but it's just keeping with the style of things back then.
So it's very similar to like what they used to put on the side of trucks and coaches and stuff, didn't they? It was very similar to that, but yeah, to hide scratches and imperfections and paintwork.
Pretty much,
yeah.
Early drag cars and stuff, they had a lot as well, and a few hot rods. Yeah.
So like, how long have you been doing pinstriping for?
Probably about 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah. So who's your influences? So let's rattle off some names here from the States. You know, you've got your Dean Jeffries, you've got your Kenneth Howards, Von Dutch, for those people that don't know who. You've got maybe some Aussie guys, you know, maybe like the Ryan Fords of Castlemaine, or even
Ford,
Matt Bailey or something like that, or Paul Hughes,
and Kurt Sheridan.
Oh, Kurt, yeah,
Tubby,
of course, yeah.
So a lot of those guys as well, and you just take from everywhere, wander around, and look at some stuff, and cool artwork jumps up. So.
Now, I'm quite excited with your work as well, and I've bought a couple of your pieces in tonight that I have in my own private collection. And how long did these guys take?
Probably about half hour, 45 minutes each.
Oh, that's cool. And you go a lot of shows as well. Like I think we saw you at the Custom Culture Weekend as well, and you do go up to the Chopped as well, the Chopped show and so forth. And do you do a lot of pinstriping up there way there?
Not at Chopped, I don't. That's more of a social sort of thing.
Yep.
At Custom Culture, I've had a stall for everyone I've been to pretty much.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just always good fun, and it keeps the fun going, keeps the car on the road, and keeps beer in the mouth. So it's all good.
That's good, and you hang around with a great bunch of guys too, from the grinders and gals, we should say as well. Now, you pinstripe most of their cars as well for them?
A couple of them, yeah, it's all good fun. So it's just makes it easier. Everything goes around in circles, so it all works out. Yeah.
Well, I think it really pinstriping actually just adds to the car. So like if there's a plain bonnet or something like that, or a plain boot, and you just got that little bit of pinstriping on there, maybe subtle and everything, it just adds to the whole car, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm all about subtlety. I don't really like the ones that take over the whole car.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit on the car. You're not really supposed to notice it too much. So
I've noticed you brought something in tonight as well. What can you tell us about this?
Oh, it's just a project car I've had floating around for a couple of years now, so it's just something to cruise around. It's good fun, and except when it gets wet. But besides that, it's good fun.
And the fun thing about it is a convertible, and you got your jacket on tonight, and those things are damn warm. I might add too. But you're going to drive home tonight, and it's freezing out there too. So well done.
Right. That's right. It's all good fun. It's all good fun.
No, that's cool. So Trevor, tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, we've interviewed you before about your hot rod, but not all the people knew that you do the artwork as well. So there's a lot of artwork in this whole studio that we've got here tonight. So how long have you been doing this sort of work?
I started when I was 15, so 31 years I've been doing it for now. It's all I've done. So.
Wow, so that would make you... No, we're not going to say your age. So, and your influence as well. So where did you start at?
I don't really have, with my sign writing, I don't have really many influences except for the guys that have taught me over the years that I've worked with. I pick a little bit of stuff from each guy.
I'm looking at this beautiful mural behind us. Yeah. Now, how long has that taken to do that?
It's probably 20 plus hours in this bit so far, and still a lot more hours to go. It's got a lot more going up top and down the side there.
So do you do this as a hobby, or actually doing it as a business now?
I do it as a hobby, but I sell it as well.
Yeah.
So just to sort of fund the car.
Hey, why not have it as a fun hobby and make money out of it at the same time? Why not?
Exactly.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, look, guys, I really appreciate you coming on the show tonight. Thanks for joining us on My Garage Rules, our final episode for the season, and hopefully we're all back next season as well. So thanks, guys, for coming on tonight.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, we're going to have a look at the GM Day now, and I want to thank everybody for allowing me to get on the oval, because the oval was packed. So I took my camera with me. Have a look.
Was watching me as I tore through New Orleans. St. Patrick takes my hand and guards me when March hits 17. Jesus hangs around my neck to remind me of what's right. A smoke and a drink and a young girl's wink, and the devil wins tonight. St. Jude, the keeper of my cause, St. George's dragon growls, saying not sin, wake up clean or hit the town and prowl. Battle between the light and the dark, it's always there to fight. A loaded room and the smell of perfume, and the devil wins tonight. Well, halos hit the ground around, hot blood gets up, cold beer goes down. Listen to the guitar bell, now the sound of the devil wins tonight. Holy Ghost, I'm cradled in his palm. A whisper from angelic lips says, be still, be calm. I hear her near, she has no fear. A kiss becomes a bite. Her foretail wrapped around me, and the devil wins tonight. Halos hit the ground around, hot blood gets up, cold beer goes down. Listen to the guitar bell, now the sound. The devil wins tonight.
Hey, oh look, I'm glad you enjoyed that footage of the GM Day. I wonder who's in here. Oh, g'day Ron, how you going, mate? Look, come out. God, you're enjoying champagne and luxury in there, mate. How you going?
Good, thanks.
Mate, welcome to the show, My Garage Rules. Oh, Ron, look, let's go and have a look at this car, mates, and let's have a nice little seat down the end here. Wow, this is Well, how long is this car, mate? This is it's taken us a long time to get here. I'm only kidding. Mate, so tell us about this this car we're looking at.
Okay, the car's a 1963 Chevy Bel Air. It's been stretched. It was stretched approximately 15 years ago. And
why are we stretching it? Why did we do that?
While we're stretching it, turning into a limousine, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
We've got a seating capacity. We can get 8 passengers in the car.
Well, that's a lot of people to drive around, isn't it?
Oh, it's not too bad. Depends if they're too intoxicated or not.
Now, do you do most of the driving for the thing as well?
No, I don't. To me, it's a piece of, I guess, a love. An art. I love Aussie petrol heads. I like vehicles, especially the classics.
Well, you're on the right show for that.
Hope so. I've got someone who drives most of the driving for me.
Yep.
I find it an opportunity for me to be able to build a car and have other people enjoy it, not just keep it in the shed.
So, I mean, is this your only car? Have you got other cars that you're building as well?
At this stage, this is the only one. My other half wants me to actually sell this and wants me to get a couple other toys, but we'll see how time goes with that one.
Yeah, we're just talking about that. But look, you know, the whole paint job on it as well is beautiful. It's that pearl colour, isn't it? Just magnificent.
It was actually painted, the original paint was done about 15 years ago when the car was stretched. It hasn't had any major retouches done since then.
Yep.
So it's lasted time.
Wow. And what are we running under the hood?
Okay, the badges of 327 do lie. We're running a LS1 with carb injection.
Oh, nice.
Carby on instead of the fuel injection.
Yeah. So she runs pretty well. She got champagne glasses, I noticed in there, obviously. We've got a champagne cooler somewhere maybe, or an esky or something.
No, we normally stock an esky in the boot. We keep for our customers.
Beautiful. And so you just travel around Adelaide, or you go up the Barossa Valley and all that sort of thing?
Yeah, we do a lot of winery tours, Barossa, McLaren Vale, and we do quite a few weddings as well.
Oh, fantastic. Well, you'd be doing a lot of weddings with this. And
correct.
So, and it's the only one in Adelaide, I heard too.
Only one in Adelaide?
Yep.
From what you understand, it's the only one in Australia.
Wow.
Possibly the only one in the world.
Oh, that's cool. Well, this will be excellent for weddings and bar mitzvahs and 21st and all that sort of thing.
Correct.
Oh, man, unbelievable. I really appreciate you bringing it in tonight. We had a bit of fun with you getting out of it and everything too. So, and you're a top bloke, so look, I really appreciate you bringing it out and showing us your beautiful 63 Bel Air stretched limo.
Thank you.
Only one in Adelaide. We've got a very important, the only one in Adelaide. Well, that's it for this season. Well, we'll see you all next season. I'd like to thank everybody in South Australia for supporting the show, all our sponsors and everybody that's really looked after us on My Garage Rules. So that's it, guys. We'll see you all Series 2. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Road rage, baby, trying to get to you. Road rage, honey.
My Garage Rules is proudly supported by Sprint Auto Parts, proudly South Australian owned and operated since 1984. And you pull it, you save, you betcha.